Jeremy Hunt today promises to do what he promised to do in 2014 when he was talking to Mike Doricott, who has now died. He promised justice for people with contaminated blood, people who received cheap blood from America, imported from America, that hadn't been properly checked and that was riddled with HIV and hepatitis. And for those of us on the haemophilia scale, it was a terrifying time in the 1980s when the story first broke, and there was always this anxiety that the next visit to the hospital was the day you would be told that actually, by mistake, you had been given infected blood and that you now had what was then an incurable disease. And it was simply because the governments at the time, not just the Conservative government, the Labour governments as well, were invested in a cost-cutting exercise rather than doing the right thing. And now Jeremy Hunt, in his wisdom and his perspicacity, assures people that they're going to get £10 billion compensation packages, and this in turn is part of his promise to his dying constituent, Mr. Doricott. And he learnt just weeks before meeting Mr. Hunt that he had terminal liver cancer, a disease linked to the hepatitis C that he contracted as a teenager from contaminated factor VIII blood products. And I didn't realize in my own case that I was ever receiving actual blood products. I thought that one reason I'd escaped this catastrophe was because I had never actually received real blood products. I'd always received some sort of artificial blood because it never looked red. And it was only recently when I asked, I was told, "Oh no, it really is. This is a sort of extract. It looks clear, but it is in fact a blood product that I've been receiving all my life, and I didn't know." So it is very strange. In my case, I get it injected occasionally into my shoulder for some reason. And certainly until very recently it had the effect, I think now it has become an artificial product, but until very recently it had the effect of making me want to weep and vacuum. So that was terribly useful from a domestic point of view, because I'm not that keen on vacuuming, just as I'm not that keen on brushing my hair. And for those people who go on and on and on about me copying Boris Johnson, it's the wrong way round. Check the ages. When I was in Oxford, Boris was just coming up. I was the first one with hair like this, not Boris Johnson. So let's get it in order. And the fact that we knew each other, I think I have some reason to suggest that the idiosyncratic coiffure of the former Prime Minister and arch truth teller, well, at least his own version of truth, that I was there first, and that he was simply following in my footsteps. I hope that I have a sounder understanding of truth than Mr. Johnson, but who knows? Truth is in the telling, and truth. No, truth is not in the telling. Truth is in the reception, isn't it? It's not. It doesn't matter how much you intend. It's how you are received. It's how. It's whether people recognize that your truth is sound, because everything we say is in some way an elaboration on truth. It's a selection of truth. In some cases, of course, as in Boris's tenure in the House of Commons, his selection of truth, was fairly wayward and got him into a lot of trouble. But